In July 2024, we broke ground on the new Heritage and Research Center at St. Mary's campus in Notre Dame, Indiana, a space dedicated to preserving and honoring the legacy of women religious congregations and their sponsored ministries. Since that day, progress has been steady, and we're excited to give you a walkthrough of the construction site to see the progress underway. But first, let's meet the head architect and designer behind HARC.
I'm Keenan Ravi-Quelo, and I'm an architectural designer.
Gregory Keel, principal architect at Keel Architecture and Planning. Every building type and project has unique requirements and characteristics. In this case, the main archive or the vault has specific humidity and temperature control requirements that were critical for us to understand from a structural standpoint, but to do so at a high level so that the cost of operating day to day is not extreme.
The building is intended to be a 100+ year building. So the material choices, they're very high end and they're meant to last a long time. And the commitment from the sisters to build a building that will stand the test of time, that is the reflection in it being sustainable.
In my opinion, a good building will tell the story about what it is in terms of where its entrance is. And then once you enter, what the sequence is and what leads you through the building. In this case, the entrance is at the east, that is near the entrance of campus. And then it also has a sequence through a gallery space that's a linear space, and then an exhibition hall to the right. And the end of gallery is the reading room. And so that's the story that we tried to tell, is let the floor plan lay out what the space function and use is. And architectural language from the outside reinforces this is how you move through the building without signage.
It's an important classic building that when you're in it, it feels important, it feels elevated. I hope the flexibility of the space just allows the work that's showed to shine.
I hope it exceeds congregation's expectation in providing a place for folks from all around the country and around the world to experience the materials that are stored, the different congregations' history, and the story and impact that those congregations have had in our communities in the United States, but also around the world.
Hello, I'm Barbara Gordon. I am the Executive Director of HARC. Welcome to the Welcome Center, which you may remember from the groundbreaking ceremony. This building is currently being used as the project's construction office. When HARC opens, this building will have staff offices in addition to many other beautiful spaces for gatherings and meetings.
Hi, I'm Chad Ladyga. I am the Construction Administrator and Project Manager for the HARC project. As Barbara mentioned, this is the Welcome Center that we are currently using as our construction offices. Once renovated later this summer, these windows will be turned into French glass doors, which will allow access to the Heritage and Research Center.
Now we're in the courtyard, which connects the current Welcome Center with the new Heritage and Research Center. This small but beautiful outdoor space we imagine can be used for a number of different gatherings and parties and events. And if you're ready, now we'll head inside the new Research Center. Upon entering the Heritage and Research Center, guests will find themselves in a large exhibition space that we are calling the Heritage Walk. Here we will have permanent exhibitions in place which honor and reflect the 10-member congregations.
As Barbara mentioned, this is the Heritage Walk. Right now, the electricians are roughing in the electrical work to prepare for drywall. Also, the sheet metal contractors have gotten all of the ductwork in place and ready for inspection.
Adjacent to the Heritage Walk, we are now in another large exhibition space, which will feature a rotating series of exhibitions after HARC opens. We want this space to remain flexible so that it can also be used for unforeseen needs.
This space will also have special UV lighting to protect the exhibits and glass to protect it from the natural sunlight.
Now we're in the reading room, where scholars, researchers, and groups from the tri-campus community can come to study our collections.
The large windows in the reading room here are going to open up to a great view of the avenue, also with many more architectural details coming soon.
Now that we've seen the experiences for our guests, let's focus on the collections. I'm currently standing in the quarantine room. This important space will house all of your materials when they first arrive to HARC. This quarantine room will allow us to examine the materials for insects, pests, mold, and other issues which could be problematic. After we are sure that collections are safe, we will accession them into the permanent vault.
To properly quarantine items that come into this room, we have a separate HVAC system that is not connected to the vault system.
After the quarantine period, collections will be moved into this space, which is the vault. The majority of the collections will reside on this side of the vault, and if you take a look at the floor, you can see the rails are already in place for the new mobile shelving system. When materials are requested or need to be referenced, they can move safely from the vault into this staff-only area workroom where archivists can study and use materials to suit their needs. In this part of the workroom, we have 2 offices for visiting archivists. This is also a space that can be used by curators and other HARC staff to assemble exhibitions. And this staff-only space also allows for the secure transfer of items from the vault into the reading room or into the exhibition space.
Now that Barbara's finished our tour downstairs, we're upstairs in the mezzanine. This mechanical room will house 2 redundant air handlers that will supply the vault with a specific temperature and humidity to preserve anything and everything in that space.
This large opening in the side of the mezzanine has recently allowed for the air handling equipment to be installed. Just after filming, crews arrived and lifted the crucial equipment into place.
Thank you for joining us on this construction tour of the Heritage and Research Center.
We welcome you back near November, near completion on the end result.
We'll see you soon.
Thank you.